Hello students, in our last class we dealt with various gas law such as Boyle's law, Charles law, Avogadro's law, Gay-Lussac's law, and today we will be dealing with a new topic, that is ideal gas equation. So, ideal gas equation, the gases that obeys Boyle's law, Charles law and Avogadro's law, from this we can obtain a ideal gas equation. So, according to Boyle's law, we know V is inversely proportional to P, keeping T and N constant. Similarly, according to Charles law, volume is directly proportional to temperature, keeping P and N as constant. Okay. Now, Avogadro's law, we get V is directly proportional to N, keeping P and T as constant. So, combining all the three laws, we get V is V proportional to 1 by P into T into N. To remove this proportionality, V is equal to, that is, there is a R into T into N by P. On rearranging the above equation, so we will get what PV is equal to nRT. So here P is pressure, V is volume, N is number of moles of gas, R is proportionality constant and T is temperature, and this proportionality constant is gas constant. Okay students, so actually there is this ideal gas is hypothetical. No gases behave perfectly ideal. They tends to become ideal, that is, they should have, under all conditions they should have low pressure and high temperature. Okay, and that gases are called real gases. So now we will see that is what is the equation of state. Now, equation of state from ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT. So when N is equal to 1, so PV will be nRT. So this is proportionality constant, and this 4 state variables describes the equation of the state, that is pressure, volume, R, that is gas constant, proportionality constant and temperature. Similarly, for combined gas law, by taking the relationship between Boyle's law and Charles law, we will get, that is PV by T is equal to NR. I can write in this way. So for initial state, I can write what P1 V1 by T1 is equal to NR. So this will be equation 1. Similarly, P2, for the change in any state of the variable, we can write as P2 V2 by T2. It will give, that is NR. So combining both 1 and 2, we get a new equation, that is P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. So this is combined gas law, or there are 6 variables, one will be missing, the other 5 will be given in the numerical questions, and we have to attempt in that in similar way. So this is PV is equal to nRT, that is ideal gas equation. So from that this equation we can calculate the density of the gases also. So let us see how it is been calculated. Calculation of density of gas from ideal gas equation. So PV is equal to nRT. Okay students, so we know this, this is an ideal gas equation. So from this is number of moles. So number of moles I can write, that is moles, I can write that is mass of the sample, mass of gas by molar mass, so in place of this I can substitute, in place of n I can substitute this mass of the gas and molar mass. So I can write what P is equal to nRT by V. Okay, so here I will substitute this, n is equal to m by small m, that is mass by molar mass. So P is equal to what we can get, so m by V, capital M, this is m by m, into R into T. Okay, now this is nothing but this is mass by volume. So we know density, it is given by rho. Okay, so mass by volume, m by V. So in this place I can substitute this density. So I can write Pm by RT is equal to what, D, or I can use a rho also. So from this we get what, that is density of the gas. Okay students, so here again this is pressure, this is gas constant, and this is temperature, and this is molar mass of the gas, and this is density. So from this equation molar mass also can be calculated, and molar mass is m is equal to, that is density into gas constant into temperature divided by P. So for our numerical questions it has been asked from density of the gas Pm by RT and molar mass of the gas, that is density into gas constant into T divided by pressure. So what is this R? Now let us see the dimension of the R, that is different, how this R is calculated. Okay students. So students, now let us see the dimension of gas constant R. So we know that is ideal gas equation PV is equal to nRT. So this R is PV by N into T, where R is gas constant, P is pressure, V is volume, and N is moles, T is temperature. Okay, so we know mole, the unit is that is N. When it comes up, there it will be mole inverse. Okay, it will be mole inverse. Similarly, for temperature, we will give what, K inverse. Okay, so this will remain as it is. The change will be in P, the variable P as well as V. Now let's see what is the change. Now here we can write pressure as force by area into volume divided by moles into temperature. So force can be written as force by area, pressure is equal to force by area. So it can be written as what, that is force by length square, okay, into volume, that is length cube, that is length to the power cube, sorry, length to the power cube. Next, that is by N into T. So this and this will get cancelled. So what we got, that is force into length divided by moles into temperature. Okay, so force into length is nothing but it is work by mole into temperature. Okay, now in a container, as we know, that when the gases are enclosed, so forces which applied on the walls of the container, so that is a work. So work by mole into temperature. So now let us see the different dimensions, this different units of this pressure and volume. This will remain as it is, that is mole inverse or temperature inverse. So the values of R can be that unit of from we know that is PV is equal to nRT. So R we want to have, so R is equal to P into V by N into T. So that is unit of pressure, unit of volume, and value of R. Okay, students. So we have different gas constant, that is when it is given in atm. When the pressure is given in atm, volume in liter, so at that time the value will be 0.0821 liter atm K inverse mole inverse. Okay, students. Now next, when it is in, again when it is in atm and this is in centimeter cube, then at the time it will be 82.1 atm centimeter cube K inverse mole inverse. When again when the pressure is in that is bar, and it is in decimeter cube, at the time the value is 0.083 bar decimeter cube K inverse mole inverse. These are the different values of R. And when it is in Newton per meter square and this is in meter cube, then the value is 8.314 Newton meter. Okay, K inverse mole inverse. This can, or it can be written as 8.314 joule K inverse mole inverse. Okay, students. So these are the different values of R that will be used when we calculate, when we do the numerical problems. Now students, let's see a question. At 25 degrees centigrade and 760 mm of Hg pressure, a gas occupies 600 ml volume. What will be the pressure at a height where the temperature is 10 degrees centigrade and the volume of the gas is 640 ml. So from the data, what we know, that temperature is given. So I'll write T1 temperature, because here also the temperature is there. This is T2 and this is T1. Okay, so T1 is 25 degrees centigrade. I'll change into Kelvin. So 25 degrees centigrade plus 273, which will be 892, that is 298 Kelvin. So here T2 is 10 degrees centigrade. Similarly, 10 plus 273, that is 283 Kelvin. Okay, the temperatures are given. This is 760 mm of Hg pressure. So P1, is 760 mm of Hg. Okay, P2, what will be the pressure at the height? So P2 we have to find. Okay, so P2 we have to find, and volume, that is V1. V1 is 600 ml. This is 600 ml, and V2 is 640 ml. So we know V1 is 600 ml and V2 is 640 ml. Okay, students. So now by combined gas law, from combined gas law, as I told just now, the equation will be from combined gas law. We have what? P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. So this pressure we have to calculate. So I can write what? That is P1 V1 into T2 divided by T1 into V2 is equal to P2. So I will substitute the value of P1 V1 as well as T2 and V2 in this. So P2 is equal to, P1 is 760 mm into V1 into V1 is 600 ml into 600 ml into temperature, that is T2. T2 is 283 Kelvin divided by T1. T1 is 298 Kelvin into V2. V2 is 640 ml. Okay, students. So we have substituted all this. So when we calculate this, the pressure, that is, this is Kelvin, this also Kelvin, it goes, then ml also cancel. So when we calculate P2, it comes out to be 676.6 mm of Hg. So in this way, the given question can be solved from combined gas law equation. So next we will see this Dalton law of partial pressure. As you know, pressure of the gas is due to the collision of gas molecules on the wall of the container in which it is been enclosed. Okay. So if you take three gases, suppose say in a container, if I take gas, that is A, and in another container B, So this is another container C. So according to this gas, this is A, B, C. Okay. So according to this Dalton's law, he formulated a law in the year 1801. He says it states that the total pressure exerted by non-reactive gases, the total pressure exerted by non-reactive gases is equal to the sum of partial pressure of individual gases. So his statement is the total pressure exerted by the non-reactive gases is equal to the sum of the partial pressure of the individual gases. So this is gas A, it will exert a pressure, that is Pa, that is partial pressure. Similarly, this gas also will exert a pressure, that is Pb, Pc. So the total pressure, it should not be, it should be a non-reactive gases. So non-reactive gases means the gases should not be such as NH3 plus HCl. So this is ammonia gas and this is a hydrochloric gas. When it reacts to form a salt, that is NH4Cl. So this is not possible, that they are reactive under room ordinary conditions. Similarly, if we see carbon monoxide plus half of O2, it gives what? CO2. So under normal ordinary condition, this also will react. So N2, the gases such as N2 and O2 can be taken, which is non-reactive under ordinary conditions. So that gases has to be taken. So he said what? The sum of the partial pressure of the individual gases is equal to the total pressure exerted by the non-reactive gases. So now let us see that is partial pressure in terms of mole fraction. Now students, let us see partial pressure in terms of mole fraction. So we have three gases, namely A, B, C, and its partial pressure is Pa, Pb, Pc, which is equal to P total. So that was given by Dalton's. Now we will see in terms of mole fraction. So according to ideal gas equation, that is Pv is equal to N RT. Okay. For this gas, suppose for gas A, let Na be Na, Nb and Nc be the number of moles of gases. Similarly, Pa, Pb and Pc be the partial pressure of gases. So for gas A, suppose for gas A, so for gas A I can write what? Pa into V is equal to NaRT. So this volume, gas constant and temperature are not changed, only that is partial pressure of A and number of moles is changed. For gas B we can write Pb V is equal to NbRT, and for gas C I can write Pc V is equal to NcRT. Okay. So this can be further be written as Pa is equal to NaRT by V. Similarly, Pb can be written as NbRT by V, Pc as NcRT by V. So this is equation 1, this is equation 2, this is equation 3. So from Dalton's law we know from Dalton's law, we know PA plus PB plus PC is equal to P total. Okay. Now, I will substitute all the values of PA, PB, PC in this equation. So, what we will get, that is NA RT by V plus NB RT by V plus NC RT by V is equal to P total. Okay. Now, this all RT by V are common for all the cases. So, I will take the common of this. So, RT by V, I have taken the common. So, what we will get, that is NA plus NB plus NC is equal to P total. Okay, students. So, I will write this as equation 4. Okay. Now, again, now what I will do, I will divide this equation for a gas A. What I will do, I will divide this equation with this equation number 4. So, dividing equation 1 by 4. So, equation 1 is PA is equal to NART by V divided by P total, that is P total, okay, but by NA plus NB plus NC RT by V. So, this is same. So, this both will get cancelled. So, what we got? So, we got PA by P total is equal to NA by NA plus NB plus NC. So, this is nothing but it is number of moles of A over the total number of moles of the all gases. So, it is mole fraction. Okay. So, I can write what, that is chi, I can write chi A for this. So, the equation comes to be what, P A by P total is equal to chi A. Similarly, I can write now what, PA, that is partial pressure of gas A is equal to mole fraction of A into P total. Okay. For the other gases, PB is equal to into P total. So, PC is equal to mole fraction of C into P total. Okay, students. So, in this way we can calculate the partial pressure of the individual gases. So, the application of this Dalton's law is for steam distillation, that is separation of the liquid, is based on the Dalton's law. So, the next application of Dalton's is the calculation of pressure over a dry gas collected over the water. When the gas is collected over the water, it is moist because of water vapor and the aqueous tension which is produced from the water vapor. So, the formula that we can give is P dry gas is equal to P total, or we can say P of moist gas minus aqueous tension. So, tension. So, this is the calculation of pressure of dry gas is based on Dalton's law of partial pressure. So, students, next class we will deal with some of the numerical problem based on this laws. So, thank you very much.